Hello and welcome to the latest edition of the JC or Liga YouTube channel. We're going to start off with my top tips for the weekend. So first one is in the Alaves versus Real Sociedad game. We're going to go for over 2.5 goals in this one. Price is 1.95, or it was when I tipped it a couple of days ago. It's now 1.89, so a bit of interest in that. Now, the reasoning is very straightforward. Real Sociedad have played 7 games. Every single one of them has contained 3 goals or more. So it's a pattern I'm keen to follow. As for Alaves, well, they went 5 games without scoring at the start of the season, and they've scored 3 goals in the last 2 games, one of which was a win. So they're now back scoring goals. They made some signings during the transfer window before it closed. So Alaves can potentially contribute a goal themselves, maybe a 2-1 win for La Real, or either way I don't care so long as it's 3 goals. So the next bet, and staying with over 2.5 goals, is in Eibar against Deportivo La Coruna. Now, Deportivo, 6 of the 7 games they've played have been over 2.5 goals, with only 4 of the last 7 for Eibar, and it has been a bit more. They've been playing Barcelona, who's been racking up the goals, and Eibar scoring much, but Eibar did score away to Barca, and 4 of the last 5 games have seen over 2.5 goals. So, much like the Real Sociedad one, I'm keen to continue following the over 2.5 goals angle here. So, this one was priced at evens when tipped, now into 1.94. So, that's the first 2 tips. Now, moving on to the third one. It's Barcelona draw no bet away to Atletico, or Asian line 0 at 1.84. Now, it's very straightforward for me. Obviously, it's a difficult game. I mean, it's far from ideal that Barcelona go and play an away game to Atletico Madrid after an international break when Messi, Suarez, etc. might be coming back with knocks, might be a bit tired. But Barcelona's won every single game they've played in LaLiga this season. So to get a 1.84 draw no bet price looks far too good value in my opinion, so we got to take it. The next one is Real Betis against Valencia. Now, 2 very good teams, both started the season well. 2 teams I like, as you know. Got the old school Valencia one on here from about 2004 or 5, something like that. And it's a difficult one to pick. On one hand, I'd like the over goals. I think it's about 4 out of 7 for each have been over. But the price is like 1.65, so 8 to 13 sort of standard, very short. You could do over and BTTS. But I think the simplest angle here for me, and I want to go with what makes sense to me, is Valencia haven't lost a game yet. They're undefeated. In an ideal world, we'd have Valencia plus a quarter Asian handicap. That's been chipped in now, so I think one bookie offers 1.73. The rest are a bit shorter, so basically we're going Valencia draw no bet at even money in this one. So a tough game to call, but one team's undefeated, one isn't, so we'll take the draw no bet cover on the undefeated team. Now the next game is Getafe against Real Madrid. Now Real Madrid pretty dominant in this fixture, you'd expect them to win, but they are coming back from an international break obviously, or a lot of the players are. Getafe's actually started scoring in recent games, so couldn't score to begin with, but 4 of the last 5 Getafe games have seen both teams score and over 2.5 goals. So as for Real Madrid, 2 out of the 3 away games have been both to score in La Liga, 3 out of 3 over. So I think both teams are scoring Real Madrid to win, but it's like 11 to 8, some 6 to 4s. It's not a great price, really. So again, call me chicken if you want, but I've gone for both teams to score an over 2.5 goals as one bet in this one at 2.05. So just over even. Sorry about the wailing dog in the background. Unfortunately, where I live in Spain, there's just endless people that go out for 12, 14 hours a day and just leave their pets in the back garden whimpering all day. Not nice, but what can you do? Now, the final bet, so there's 6 in total for this weekend, is over 2.5 goals in Las Palmas against Celta. Probably the weakest pick, but Celta Vigo, 5 of the 7 games they've played in La Liga this season have resulted in both teams scoring, and also over 2.5 goals. It's only 3 out of 7 over and 2 out of 7 both to score for Las Palmas, but both teams have only won 2 of the 7 games they've played, so I don't think you can trust either. So it's not a perfect statistical bet, and it is based more on Celta Vigo's games being over and over 2.5 goals and seeing or resulting in both teams scoring, but I still think it's a decent bet. So that's absolutely it. I'll post the sheet of paper written out yesterday on Twitter so everyone can read it if they don't want to watch this video, but at least it's a very short one. So any other games not mentioned I'm not really interested in betting on. We could maybe say Villarreal draw no bet at Girona, because Villarreal obviously they changed coach and they won the first game, but I'm not really sure about that. Villarreal was an away team, I don't know. Anyway, so to recap, over 2.5 goals in Alaves versus Real Sociedad, over 2.5 goals in Eibar against Deportivo, Barcelona draw no bet away to Atletico, Valencia draw no bet or Asian line 0 away to Betis, both teams to score an over as one bet in Getafe versus Real Madrid, although I do think both teams will score and Real Madrid will win. Just opting to play it a bit safer, up to you. And then finally over 2.5 goals in Las Palmas against Celta Vigo. And that's absolutely it. So thank you for viewing the video. Good luck with your bets and all the best.